This is a Warlord Titan Power Claw, but I made it from scratch. So how did we get here? I've been scratch building a huge custom Warlord Titan piece by piece. The first weapon is this Plasma Annihilator, but that's done, so the job for today is of the hand variety. Due to the size of the Titan, I can use my own extremely strong and tough masculine hand as a template for the mighty Power Claw weapon. First up, we got the mid-hand armor casing, which is based on this shampoo lid. A Mega Bloks car roof or awning or something to protrude out over the knuckles. I have to sand this bad plastic to get adequate adhesion. Remember how cool the head looks? Well, a big part of that is these neat hot rod fenders, and great news, I've got more bits from that same car. I attach these on to widen out the finger hole zone. At this point, some of the connections are a bit jank, but by the end this will ideally be a continuous solid chunk of armor. You can come back here and shame me if I don't end up pulling it off. Next armor section will be the wrist, which is based on this great curved piece of a baby monitor. Lemon extract is more than just a refreshing eye rinse. The lid also has some nifty little angles. I'll fit that in here to cover up the hole and hopefully provide a neat looking round component. Slap that on back there, and now we have the super rough silhouette. But what's the point of a silhouette if you don't have a dual mega bolter strapped to your wrist? This nice old car kit has 10 or more perfect silver donuts, which is the exact amount I need to make 2 separate 5 donut gun barrel clumps. If you're going to do this, just remember to annoyingly poke and prod them into position in an attempt to make what is essentially a pentagonal circle, a penturcle. Oh, maybe I can use this circular circle as a reference. You also have to be sure that you don't show the superglue being dropped in the center to secure them all. Nailed it. Then I have this. Whoa, this bit really nails the 40K aesthetic. Any idea where it's from? Mega Bloks plate across the front and then add in the flawless Mega Bolter barrels. The vents on the side are nice, but if you can see right inside, that wouldn't be good. A bit of sliced magic marker lid to provide that passable internal detail. To secure the wrist bolters in place, I have some pneumatic science building toy bits that fit perfectly to either side. A Transformers Camaro roof and rear windshield trimmed down and stuck in behind the cool hot rod fenders from earlier. Again, hopefully this will act to extend the armor panels. Let's stick a cheeky Mega Bloks curve in here, shall we? Using a variety of files, I attempt to work down the odd corners and shapes of the amalgamated armor panels. Then, I don't show it at all, but in goes some modeling paste, and once that's dry, the filing resumes. That seems pretty smooth. In fact, it might be a bit too smooth. I think I can fix this using some Tamiya put. Tamiya, huh? The way this works is I just smush the putty all over and then smear and stipple it with a terrible old brush dipped in model cement. It cures pretty quickly and then it has to be sanded down a bit. You still want it pretty lumpy, but all of the high points get kind of polished down. And there you go, my friends. I didn't invent this technique, but if you know, you know. Hey, the continuous armor panel ended up working out, don't you think? I'm still deciding on the paint job. What do you think is the best color scheme for armor like this? If you didn't watch the last update, then you haven't learned the terrifying truth about this project. I'm sorry. You also haven't seen me using the most recognizable and practical design element to come out of the Horus Heresy. Bonding studs. I will add a set of attractive studs to the front armor slab thing using semi-spheroid pearl beads. Turns out some even smaller pearl nuggets work well as rivets. I apply these with an old paintbrush that I drilled the bristles out of and filled up with wax. It works kind of like a sticky pen that picks up the beads so you can bloop them in glue and apply them without getting stuck to everything else. Since rivets are essentially a low resolution greeble, I decided to ride that momentum and add a few additional embellishments, such as these plastic caps and these chromed out car kit parts. I like this chrome look. We will do one more square of the stuff here between the Mega Bolter barrels. The inside of a spray bottle trigger will serve as the piston cylinder things that stick out the back of the wrist. This video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN, the shark-based VPN with rows upon rows of sharp, powerful features to keep you safe online. Are you borrowing your neighbor's Wi-Fi or using public Wi-Fi? Secure and protect your data with next-level encryption. Maybe you're just sick of your ISP harvesting and selling your browsing data. That's right, your data's worth money, and since you probably won't sell it yourself, you don't want someone else getting that bag. And really, how much of your browsing habits are you comfortable sharing with the government or big internet anyway? You can also use Surfshark to virtually travel the world, connecting to servers in different countries to access new streaming libraries. That's right there, bud, you can even watch that good Canadian TV, eh? Surfshark has thousands of RAM-only servers with a strict no logs policy. They don't keep any of your private stuff. And there's Kill Switch. It literally bites your internet connection in half if the VPN is ever dropped, so you never accidentally browse unsecured. Of course, if you ever need a bigger boat, there's Multi-Hop, which uses 2 VPN servers so you can browse securely twice at the same time. And there's no limits, you only need one account to secure all of your devices. Get Surfshark VPN at the link below and enter promo code SCRATCHBASHING for a special offer where you get 5 months for free when you sign up with a Surfshark One package. Do you want to be the apex aquatic predator of the surfing world? Then don't miss out on this deal. So now we just, hey, did you skip the ad? Oh, come on, I put a lot of great shark puns in there. The fingers for this come in 2 flavors. We could go with the more blunt grabber style, but the grabber has already had their term. So we're going to go with claw. This sloped Mega Bloks brick as the tip into a couple 1x4 plates, and then some rounded bits for the knuckle. Well, first I need to slightly de-blockify the tip. Using my hobby saw and semi-advanced techniques such as sawing, I shape the less pointy point into a more pointy point. Attach the plates and the rounded part, and then another plate on the underside to set up that angle. A nail. That seems like a good idea, having a nail on a finger. I rely on the Mega Bloks as a sturdy material with crisp edges, but there's a lot of voids. I smear modeling paste over the offending areas. Once it's dry, I knock it all back until it's flush. I use a lot of nail files, but I think this is the first time I've filed a nail. Some of the more obvious block corners get sliced and carved away, and then I cut and work a new angle into either side of the claw. After rounding out the inside with a rounded file, I add some plastic washers at the knuckle joint. I make a bunch more claws, but as we move down towards the pinky, I mix up some of the materials to have each digit gradually shorten. 1x3 plates, and this stumpy wedge for the pinky. Got the pointed phalanges ready to go with the chunky block finger bones. I attach them at increasingly curved angles to achieve the pose that I have in mind. Then each knuckle gets a little piston cap from a solar robot toy. Well, this ain't no 4-finger death punch, so I better prepare the final digit. The thumb will attach back here, and as you can see, I planned this before finishing the hand armor. Big mistake, but we'll get to that soon. I thought this Playmobil bit would be ideal for the thumb attachment point once it was trimmed down. The thumb itself was easy enough, a little Connect stack attached to the back of a few vanilla Mega Bloks wedges, and this spicy curved wedge. Just gotta prune down the wedges to a sweet new angle without further damaging my tough hands. Glue that on, and we are in Thumbtown. It gets gooped and then fattened up with the offcut from the earlier Playmobil bit. I have this cute teeny tiny Mega Bloks piece that I just couldn't resist sticking on along with this normal size snip 1x3 plate. Let us assemble. Actually first I want to wire the fingers together to mock up the pose. It's going to be like those epic cataphracti Terminator claws with the index and middle finger pointed down and the rest curling up. Yeah, okay, I think I know what I'm doing. The fingers go in. Blup, 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 blup. Then I have this unknown blue plastic bit that gets added in like a palm skid guard. A couple neat doohickeys from the solar robot to flesh out the knuckle joints, and then, yeah, this is where I realized the thumb is way too low in my original plan. I guess I need to take it higher. First, I should finalize the wrist joint with this previously very pleasant smelling soap pump lid. I'm going to be making the actual arm after the Titan torso, just so that I can keep the proportions in line. The old thumb mount idea won't work now, but not only do I have this awesome looking bit, I was lucky enough to find a pair attached to the thumb and stick it on. Oh, well, how do you do? This claw is literally big enough to shake hands with. Hey, let's all shake hands. Head down to the comments and shake the hand of a stranger with a reply. So do we all like the pointy claws? Would anyone have preferred the stumpy grabby fingers? If you're as excited as I am to see this custom Warlord Titan come together, visit my Patreon and consider investing in the success of the project. As a bonus, you get sneak peeks at all of my upcoming projects, discount merch, and most importantly, Discord access, where you can talk to me every single day and very gently inquire, Titan when? Subscribe if you aren't already, and that way you're guaranteed to be seen by me in the next epic build video.